GM. GM, let's go.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Drew
What's up,
Minotti,
what's
there
up,
you
what's
are.
up,
Phil from
everyone?
Shirley here.
Welcome. Amazing Met Zone presents Friends of Flushing in association with Mets Hype. We're letting some people roll in. Then we'll, get the live going. Tonight, we're going to do something different. We just have the game on. We're going to talk to everyone who's in the chat. If anybody wants to tap in, let us know. We'll start accepting the requests in a little bit.
Vincent Saccone, hello.
That's right. You know the volume comes through here, right?
It does?
The microphones, yeah. That's what the microphones are for, buddy.
Oh.
All right.
I'd like to start off by showing them one thing. Francisco Alvarez signed baseball. I met him.
Yeah, cool little Alvarez moment last night, huh? Or a couple days ago, I guess.
Yeah, like 2.
It was. All right. Serena Post, as per usual. Hello, hello.
Hello.
We've got, I don't want to request to be in the live video because I'm currently on the live video. Phil from Shirley, we got Nancy and MJ. Thanks for stepping out, of course. Every week, you guys are the best, of course. We got J Hove, Amy S 722.
Let's rattle off everybody in the chat.
That is everyone. Yep, we only got 8.
We're down 3-1. We got to get this game going.
Yes, the Mets need to win for many reasons. The flagship of those reasons is the parlay that I put together that needs to happen.
And don't mind if Mets Mama comes through the thing.
A lot of people were complaining about Quintana's start tonight. I don't hate it. I mean, 3 runs. He's our number 4 starter. I don't hate the 3 runs. It is what it is. We need to score. You can't beat an offensive team without being offensive. You know what I mean? In some way. So I don't think we're in that much trouble. Cooper Clarence, we got in here. Michelle 0381. Thanks for stepping out, of course. So I guess as we ramp things up here, and we got a couple people coming in. I'm not home, so I'm missing the game. Yeah. Are you at the Q Stadium, Serena? Amazing Camren joined. Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome for joining Camren and being here with us.
So we got Mark Vientos at third base today.
Oh no,
assuming because Rodon's a lefty.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I like them giving it. Now it's clear as day that they haven't given him that many reps.
Vientos is a lefty or righty?
Vientos is a righty.
Right.
Yeah, Beatty's a lefty.
Yeah, Beatty's a lefty. I don't hate Vientos at third base, but it's just so clear that they haven't given him the reps at this point. I was out shopping with friends. Syracuse guys are in PA this week. Oh, okay, so they're on the road. Okay, that makes sense. I guess that's at the one mall that you said is in town. I was like, other than the games, what is there to do in Syracuse? She's like, well, we have a mall.
We have a mall.
I was like, okay.
What's in the mall?
We have like 12 on Long Island, but Vientos needs to hit more. Vientos will hit more as they give him the reps. Like the guy hasn't had a real shot. This is his actual shot where they're playing him more often. So he's going to pan out. That kid has, in my opinion, has more players go. I think he's got more range. I think he's going to pan out to be a better hitter than Beatty eventually as well.
Okay.
I don't dislike Beatty at all. Like at this point, you have to find room on the team for all 4.
Phil from Shirley.
Boys, how's the internet right now, boys? Look at me, huh? Looking crisp.
I was like, you better make
What's
sure.
Up, boys? What's up, boys?
Phil from Shirley. So you took that bet last night, and I was laughing at you because you took like the 3 to win 58 or whatever.
Yeah. I live bet. I had to live bet the Yankees last night, down 7-1. I had to catch something on that. If they were going to come back and win, I wanted some dough.
Yeah. No, I took a 4-legger tonight that has the Mets winning, so that's looking a little rough.
You know what? I'd be shocked if they win tonight, bro. I said that earlier in the day. I don't know. I didn't like the pitching matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Quintana's second start, since he's been back. I know Rodon hasn't looked good, but it just you see these guys get good when they pitch versus us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just hate the. I don't know. I hate the split with the Yankees. We had it last year too.
The card, Drew.
I hate losing 2-2. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
splitting the series. Like I think there has to be a winner.
Yeah.
Of the Subway Series. That's why the 4 games instead of 6, like we normally used to have, is rough because there's gotta be. Like, we need this in New York. Like the season is the season, but we gotta take out the Yankees.
Is this the World Series right now for us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's it. There's extra incentive to beating.
That leads me to my question right now, guys. I want everybody in the chat too to even throw this out. Are the Mets buyers or sellers right now in your eyes? Like, I'll start with Dro. What are you going to say right now? Sell.
Take put these 4 kids on the team, build around them, Alonso, McNeil, and Nimmo, and Lindor, of course, and sell.
Before I get to Roy and Cam, because they'll probably have the same answer. When you say sell, like you want to try to get rid of a Verlander or a Scherzer?
I would get rid of them both, and I'd get rid of Lindor if I can. I would shop Lindor too.
Yeah, that's never happening. Lindor's going to be here forever.
Of course.
No one's taking that contract. And that's the thing with Verlander and Scherzer. I can't see someone taking on those contracts because it's not just the rest of this year.
Well,
we're talking years.
Like look at McNeil, and we've got him for years now. He's having a real down year.
Eli?
You might get for him defensively, and someone might absorb the contract, but the return is going to be just a money dump, if anything. And I don't know that we're really in the business for like a pure money dump.
Yeah.
But I'd try to get rid of anyone that I could. I mean, I'd certainly try to move on from Marte, try to move on from Canna, do something to get rid of Vogelback. There's a little extra weight, no pun intended, on the team. That's a nice double play.
I still love when my boy hits a homer, though. As a fellow Pat, I just love it. Everyone gets pumped up. Last night when he went yard, my dad was going crazy. It's like all the fat guys love it.
Freaking burgers.
Exactly. We love it. So now you're on to Cam and Roy. What are you guys going to say?
Vast Universe kind of has a point in the chat. Like the Rangers would take Mad Max, and I think they probably would.
Listen, Verlander had a nice game yesterday, but
shout out my CJ Rivera, my boy.
It hasn't been sufficient enough. I say.
And another Rivera too, little Rivera coming up soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be time to break it down.
What about you guys? What are you saying, Cam? What are you saying, Cam and Roy? You buyers or sellers right now? What are you gonna do?
I said I would sell, dude.
Oh my God, Roy, you're selling.
Yeah. I want a winning team, bro. I want this team to be something special, dude.
I want a younger team.
Yeah.
I want a younger team.
Listen, there's some guys that are going to stay with us that we can't get rid of because we signed.
Yeah.
But if there's pieces of the puzzle that could be replaced, get rid of them. I want to see the team win, dude.
Oh.
I mean,
we all want it, dude.
I know we all do. We're fans, and no matter whether they win or lose, we're always going to be fans. But I mean, at some point, we want to be happy fans, and see this team move forward and continue to prosper and do something special.
What do you guys want to trade Alonso for Matt Olson?
Ooh, look at this guy starting. You want to trade Pete now, huh?
And listen, I just had a whole thing about Alonso being a bum this year, with my uncle and my cousin.
He's a bum.
And my cousin's like a huge Alonso fan. My uncle loves Alonso.
He loves Alonso. He's just not playing well.
He's just having a bad year. But you don't give up on that guy.
No,
you know what's crazy?
That just talking, asking the question. Yeah. We're not getting rid of Alonso. Nobody ever even thinks of
going nowhere.
Alonso.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? When you look around baseball, averages are just down. Everyone has that approach to just give you all or nothing. And listen, I get it. I get it. Lindor not having that great of a year, and you also look at Pete not having that great of a year, but they're driving runs in. You know what I mean? Like, they're not killing us as much. I know the low 2 batting averages is nuts, but when I still look at this team, I'm not ready to sell. I'm not ready to sell, boys. That last wild card spot is just right there. We're only 7 games back. Like, it's not over. It's not. We're not out of it. And I still look at everything. I've been saying this for a while. I remember we had this conversation a month and a half ago when the Mets were still in it, and it was like, we need bullpen pieces. We just need 2 or 3 new arms. I'm sick of seeing these guys that are not major leaguers, and we need to bring up Ronnie. Don't give me no more bats. Ronnie should have been in the game tonight. He would have been starting at second. You put him in the outfield. You put him at second. You move this kid around. You let him play. Danny Hendrick is not a major leaguer. Serena Post, I'm sorry. He shouldn't be playing up here with us. He should be down in Syracuse.
But they don't want Ronnie playing up here with us. So there's an issue with Ronnie Mauricio that's unspoken about and it's not talked about.
You know what it is?
The organization clearly has some kind of issue with this guy and they don't want to call him up.
They're scared to make that mistake they did with Vientos, dude. They made such a drastic, embarrassing mistake of not playing this guy. You call him up and you don't play him. You can't call players up and not play them and expect them to develop. You can't do that. So they're so scared about calling Mauricio up and not playing him every day and playing these other guys that they have when Marte comes back, Canna in the outfield, these guys that they want to play all the time. That's why they said, you know what? We're calling up Mendick. We're not doing it. You know what I mean? He's that guy that we're going to call.
I do think Ronnie not ready to come up just yet. Serena said, I agree. I mean, there's defense.
Yeah, see, you're watching him every day. We're not. We're not seeing him.
Would you guys trade Mendick?
No one said you couldn't.
Cam, I'd trade Cam.
Balls for Mendick.
Cam, you want to be serious about this and talk real quick? I'd trade everybody besides Alvarez. I'd even trade Pete still. I'd get rid of Pete. I'd get rid of everybody. I said to you guys a long time ago, I wanted to fire hot dog vendors. I want to fire the people everyone's got to go. We got to change this.
Right now.
He was swinging at garbage.
We got to change this.
Yeah, he stresses me out.
It kills me. Cam, you don't know what you're in for, bud. Just a lifelong of just devastation.
Yeah. I mean, the Mets were kind of, we can kind of segue into that. I mean, the Mets were kind of born out of hurt and hate. You know what I mean? I know it's been a consistent thing, hurt and hate, hurt and hate. I mean, when the Dodgers left and the Giants left, you know, they were kind of born out of the ashes of hurt and hatred. Well said. It's all par for the course in the long run. But I mean, trade Mendick for Arenado. That's just a silly comment.
Yeah, I would go to the Bronx right now, put Mendick on my back, and walk to St. Louis and pick up Arenado and walk back if that trade was accepted.
Yeah, but Arenado's not going to do it either.
Guys, Mets mom's going to walk.
No, the Cardinals would laugh at us.
It's not going to make a difference. You got to look at, first of all, what's out there, what's not out there.
Ooh, look at Serena Post coming with some fire right here.
Lazy in the field.
I'm not going to lie. I love Ronnie. He's great, but he's been low-key kind of lazy in the field lately, and it feels like maybe it just doesn't have the urge to perform or something. I don't know if that made sense. Yes, you know what, Serena? Yes. I think it comes down to he's got to be pissed. He's got to be pissed. The guy's putting up monster numbers down there. When are they going to call him up? He's got to be at the point right now where he's just going through the motions, not trying to get hurt. And he's just like, when are they going to call me up to the bigs?
Yeah, but
that's what I'm thinking.
The problem like that, but he's making himself a liability defensively in doing it. And so if he's a little bit of a diva or he doesn't have that humility or that humble to him in AAA, you know what I mean? How much of an issue is he going to be in the big leagues when they're switching him to second base one day, third base the next day, he's in the outfield the day after, because there's not that pure spot for him. Francisco Lindor is our shortstop. And that's
in the big listen, in the bigs though, it's different. You're in the bigs, man. Now you just want to be in the game. Wherever you are, who cares? They put you left, they put you center, they put you right.
That's mama.
Phil loves Mendick's on his back. I mean, Drew Minotti just coming with, just some rude, arrogant talk.
No, listen, I think that Serena's spot on with it. I think that there's clearly an issue. If you're kind of dogging it in the field, like you said, trying to protect yourself from injury, whatever it may be, now is not the time for that. He needs to play better than he's ever played. He needs to make himself an undeniable case. 3 months ago, Ronnie Mauricio might have been an undeniable case. to make it
There
up.
she is, Mets mama.
That's mama.
That's mama.
Right now, he's certainly not playing like an undeniable case to get up to the league.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, like that, the way he's hitting, though, you know what I mean? Like, he's got to think he should have been in the bigs already, right? He's got to be upset about that. That has to be a reason.
19 years old.
When Serena Post talks about him being lazy out there, and you can see his attitude and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, look at this guy! Look at this guy.
It's his first year in AAA, and this season's not even.
I'm
okay with them not having called him up. Don't get me wrong; I'm all right with that. I don't like Mendick. I think there's better options that exist.
Yeah, but are you okay with seeing Vogelback, Mendick, Canna, all these guys in the lineup every day, where we could see Ronnie out there?
But it's not. You
Shout out
Mauricio right now.
Vintage.
Around the field.
Shout out Vintage Mets.
Vintage.
No, I get it. Listen, it's like a kid getting called up from JV to varsity, and you know you're going to be up there. You know you're going to be up on varsity when you're on JV. You're going through the motions sometimes.
For him to play. Why are we waiting for them to call him up for him to play? It's unacceptable for him to be slouching the field in AAA. This is where he's supposed to be putting the work in and developing himself, because he's going to be held to a certain standard when he gets to the league. He's either going to make it or be a flop. This kid has the upside and the potential.
I don't know.
Superstar in the league. But why is he drag-assing?
Did we lose
There's
Drew?
no accountability. Because realistically, he could sit in AAA for the next 3 years, and he's still only going to be 22 years old. You know what I mean? So he needs to put in the work now.
I'm going to tell you right now, you don't go out and lead in hits and lead in homers and just dominate and put up the RBIs and the numbers that he has, and they keep you in the minors. His numbers are so crazy down in AAA. Like, everyone was talking about how Vientos was killing it and stuff. Like, Ronnie,
Look at what are his
guy.
defensive numbers, though? Is he a liability in the field? Do they bring him up to be a pure DH? Because him playing a little lazy has created a liability in the field. So whether you put him,
We lost Drew too. We lost Drew
They
Manani.
put him at third base. They put him in the outfield, and he's played his natural position at shortstop. And to be quite honest, he has sucked at all of them recently. I'm not saying he's a bad hitter. He's an impact back. Don't get me wrong. I would kill him.
You don't think that has anything to do with being discouraged, though, not being called up?
Of course it does, but you're looking to get called up by the New York Metropolitans, bro.
Who are we? We stink.
If you expect every year to go okay, what if down the stretch and they're like this and they're playing like dog like they are now?
Hey, we lost Drew. Keep it going, though.
Be a head case 24/7? That doesn't make any sense. We need guys with adversity. Look at guys like this. Is one reason I love about Pete Alonso is he'll go in front of the media and he'll say it does not feel good to not play good. I need to find my swing. I'm watching tape. I'm finding it. I'm looking for the rhythm. I'm doing everything I can, and then he puts the work in and figures it out. I don't want a guy that's going to duck his head down and just be pouty about it.
Drew Minotti 82. What you think?
Drew Minotti, we lost Drew. We got to get him back in
right
here. That's what I don't see him.
Oh, we see him. Or is he frozen? He hasn't moved.
Yeah, nah, he got dropped a while ago. I think.
Shit. Yeah, re-request.
Dro
But I'm just.
was just on such a roll. I didn't want to like.
Yeah,
He
as far as Maurice.
He was fired up.
The
I couldn't
organization
stop him.
form of issue with him. It's not going to change.
Yeah,
There it goes.
Hey, you want to talk?
He's back.
Hey, you want to talk about internet? You want to talk shit about
Ah,
internet?
here we go.
I
Here we
mean,
go.
we got some William Floyd connection down there. You better tell someone to get out there with the pole and just stand
This
in the
guy,
middle of the
this
street.
guy Phil over here got some lighting on it and not driving around.
Perfect lighting tonight.
Yeah, look at him. He's glowing. He's glowing right there. Nah, man. Like I like the conversation. I don't agree with ever trading Lindor. I feel like he's definitely top 3 shortstop in the league. Like I don't know what are we gonna get for him. Yeah, you know what I mean, like, and like not even just the contract, but like you can't like he's having a down year and he's still crushing it.
Mhm.
Like you can't. I don't ever agree with trading Lindor.
Bro,
And I know
keep
that
going,
that contract's crazy, but is it my money? No, it's not my money. So it's like
Yeah, but look, guys, is that contract that crazy? Like
No.
the fact this guy goes out there and plays every day
Yeah,
and he puts
every
up
day.
numbers.
every day with a smile on his face. Like I
Yeah.
never, I you know, maybe before this season, I'd say I would never trade Alonso, but I mean, he was killing it at the beginning of the season, and then he got that hand injury, and like last night, he looked like he's back, but I don't know, man. Like that's Pete, and it's like that's what happens when you rely on power. People talk about trading McNeil. What are we going to get for him?
Yeah.
People talk about trading Peterson, trading Pham, like those are the guys that I would probably trade. Like those guys on the fringe that aren't our like tier guys.
So you're ready to sell? Is
Right.
what you're saying?
No, not really. I mean, we're 5-6 games back from the wild card. Like, look at the Phillies last year, man. Like, I mean, like, there's so many teams making the playoffs that, like, I don't think we're really selling off like right now. Like, I see why people are saying that, but at the same time, I just don't agree with it. Like, I feel like it's too early in the season. It's only 100 games into the season. Like, I know we can make a run. We still play a lot of shitty teams, earmuffs. But I mean, you never know. You get on a hot streak in the right time.
These next 7 games after this with KC and Washington, those are big right there.
You got to win these games. But like, I see why people are talking about selling. Like, I can understand why people feel that way. But it's just funny because like it's just like so typical New York, you know, like. Yeah. Before the All-Star break, we get on a little bit of a hot streak, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're back." Then we lose to Boston, and people are like, "Oh man, this team sucks again." Like, you know, so it's like, I don't know, man. I try to stay positive. I know you guys, you know, Joe used to be a little bit more positive.
Joe used to be positive.
Phil ruined him. Phil definitely ruined Joe.
100%. He's become more negative than me.
Go ahead, Joe. My bad.
Positive that. I am very positive for the organization and the direction it's headed in.
Right.
And where the Mets
how though is what I got to say. How? Just because Stevie, but
because they have the power to build it the right way. And with a lot of young talent coming up and a solid young core, this team will be very exciting within the next few years. Within the next, I'd say, 3 or 4 years. But as far as like you sit here right now, you're 7 games out of a wild card spot and forget about the division. I mean, like you have to look at it and be like, okay, what can I get? Can I get rid of a couple of these guys and even get some mid-year? Like, would I trade Ronnie Mauricio right now for a top pitching prospect? 1,000%. Not even. Of course I
wouldn't.
Because we don't have a spot for him on the field. We have Lindor for the next 9 years. Vientos is young. He's going to be a star.
Why don't we put him at second?
Yeah, look at McNeil robbed the home run tonight.
Outfield tonight.
McNeil robbed the home run tonight in a short porch. I get it, but still, I mean,
very few players have.
I think we could put. I think we could put. Oh, my bad.
Character from Mauricio. I don't think he has the character. Even McNeil. McNeil was in the past.
We don't know that about.
I was going to say. I feel like
watch him every day.
Kind of to piggyback on what Phil said before. I feel like think about it. Like all these guys getting called up, and he's not. And you know, he was the MVP of the Dominican League. Like this guy's not bad. Like I think he's not getting called up because they don't want to make that mistake they made with Vientos. But like I don't think he's not getting called up because he's dogging in the field.
Bro,
I think he's not getting called up.
Getting called up because he's dogging in the field. The same way we get.
I don't think so.
No way. Because in the end, the egos, managing egos is like such a big part of baseball. It's legit like one of the biggest things.
I think he's younger than Alvarez, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's like 20,
right?
So like I feel like they want to take their time with him. I feel like they rushed. Like they made that mistake last year with Vientos, rushing him up, and then like you know they didn't really have a spot. Even same thing in the beginning of the season, they didn't really have a spot. So I just feel like you know we're all making speculations about Mauricio. We're not really sure about it. Like you can't say concrete that it's because he's dogging it. I think it's because a lot of different reasons. It could be so many different reasons. It could be Cohen just taking it slow, like this way he develops more. Maybe he needs to develop more before they pull him up. I mean,
in the end, real quick, I want to say one thing. I totally agree with what Dro said in the sense of having trust in the organization purely just because of Stevie and Alex Cohen. That's it, though. There's nothing that Billy Epler and Buck even has done to me. The way Buck manages the bullpen, he manages the bullpen like he has the Yankees bullpen.
Yeah.
We have one of the worst bullpens in the league, and we're up by 1 or 2, and you're bringing in guys that we don't even know. They just came up, and they're coming in the game in a 1-run game.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think
that kind of stuff can't happen.
Nah, yeah. And that's the thing that's going to kill us down the stretch.
So that's why I look at the whole Ronnie Mauricio situation. I don't think the Cohens have anything to do with it. I think it's just Billy Epler doesn't know what he's doing.
And I'm afraid Epler's going to sell him off because he's just trying to do something before he gets canned. 100%. And if that happens, I don't know, man. If you sell off Mauricio for like a bad piece, like then you're gonna
I don't
hear
think
it.
the Coens will let him do that.
No, I hope not, man.
I would say goodbye to Mauricio. The bigger need.
I think I'd rather get rid of Beatty than
I
fucking
wish I had a
Mauricio.
compilation video right now. Dro, week 1 just coming in.
Thank you, Serena.
90-something wins. I don't even know what it was. We just
Yeah.
pumped, jumping around, and I was hyped too. We were all hyped. The devastation
I
right now is real.
Like I said, I'd get rid of Beatty before I get rid of Mauricio. Like, I love Beatty too. I love all these guys, but I feel like Mauricio's going to be something special, man.
I think Beatty's better first.
Ronnie is 22. He's older now.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Serena. I mean, not by much. 22 is still a baby. But, yeah, I didn't know who. For some reason, I thought Mauricio was younger. But, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. You know, we if we want to sell, we have to sell pieces. You know, like, that's the thing about trading is, like, yeah, we want Arenado, whatever. We want bullpen, but we have to give up to get these things. And, like, I'm not willing to give up.
Bro, where's your mic? I can't really hear you too well.
Me?
There you go.
Arenado, I think Arenado would be a boneheaded decision.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I know that's what we talked about, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, obviously bullpen's number one. Bullpen's number one.
Got it, right?
That's it. When, like you said, we've been saying that for how long? Since the beginning of the season.
Though. Yeah. The rebuilding a bullpen is going to take an off season.
But I'm not saying rebuilding. I just wanted 2 arms. I'm saying that 2.5 months ago.
We get Edwin Diaz back, and it's a big difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
I'm just saying, you know, obviously, but we get him back, it's a big difference.
I don't even want to see him back.
Him back makes a huge difference.
How can you say you don't want to see Diaz back?
Completely changed.
You act like we're 15 games out.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You know,
we're not.
We have to.
I feel like
sensible about this. We have Diaz for a long time. I love Diaz.
No, I don't want to rush Diaz back at all. But
I don't want to rush him back either. But if he comes back and he's healthy, that's a different bullpen.
It's not like he hurt his arm. You know,
it's a different
bullpen.
bullpen.
His knee. So if he
it's a different bullpen because you have the Ottavino to Robertson to Diaz.
Yeah.
And now I still want 2 new arms.
Yeah, that's
we
one of the best.
Need arms.
So,
and
new faces.
Gott's not it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God is not it. Hartwig.
Gott's not it. Leon was all right. Leon's not a bad pickup, but he's not like a
he's not a major leaguer.
Yeah. He's like a Band-Aid.
Yep.
Those are the 2 that you gotta move on from.
I hate Drew Smith.
I don't mind Drew Smith.
He's
got stuff.
You guys know what the issue really is in the end? They wanted a lot of players that they had the ability to call up to send down to Syracuse and call up. They wanted guys like that had that ability that they could just send down and call up whenever they wanted. And they didn't get quality arms in the pen. They have so many guys that just aren't quality. They're not major leaguers. They should be pitching in Syracuse. That's really what it comes down to.
We had they need leaguers this year though. Like we still have.
Hey Serena, you want to tap in? Tap in. We'll throw you on the line with us. We'll all go back and forth.
Oh yeah, let's get her in here.
We still have Daniel Vogelback taking at bats. We still had Luis Guillorme taking at bats.
And I think
taking out bats.
Taking
at bats. These guys are not major leaguers, and I don't care what anybody says.
Well,
Guillorme.
And the
Guillorme.
Piggyback, Dro said it. Dro, you said it before.
That I see in other
James Stafford joined.
Guillorme is a major leaguer. He's not a major leaguer in the sense of playing every day. He could play defense out there. That's why he's ever getting in at bat. He's not a major league bat though. He's a below average.
And you can't take the liability on one side to cover the other, which is exactly what I'm talking about with Mauricio. Mauricio is a liability defensively. Unless you're going to DH him, we don't have a spot.
We'll put him at second. Why can't we put him at second?
He's playing short.
I know, but I'm saying we got Lindor. We're not. Lindor's locked up.
Why can't we put him at DH? We had fucking Vogelback.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say earmuff.
Earmuff. Sorry, Cam.
Because to be honest, and this is where things get a little twisted with this because you want Beatty and Vientos in the lineup.
Vientos didn't look good today in the field. That's for sure.
You have to give him a chance.
What just happened?
Give him a chance. The
Nothing.
kid, he made solid contact last night. He made decent contact today.
That's the big thing. That's the big catch-22 with
mean,
Vientos. Is like he has to play. He has to play.
Serena?
Well, Beatty's up right now.
Yeah,
I think
right. Talbot. Matt Talbot just brought up a good point. Like you can't DH a young kid. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. I
He's
know
got to
Matty.
be good enough to play in the field. He's playing short every day.
Right.
James, I know you're watching and you can hear me. Tap into this live. Click request and click to join.
But like before, what Dro said, I feel like a lot of people are saying how Quintana didn't have a really good start. You know, some of our starters didn't have good starts, but like our offense is so shaky, man. Our offense is like so boom or bust. Like we, you know, put up 9 runs yesterday. Now we have 1 run right now against Rodon, who Rodon has shit the bed the last 2 starts. Like he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So like you can't win games like this. And they only put up 3 runs so far, the Yankees. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like you want to save some of those runs from last night, but
On the flip side, against a Yankee team that has the potential to be very dangerous offensively. They haven't been lately, but they have the
Their
potential.
lineup is
They have
atrocious.
the potential to. So all I'm
so
saying
bad.
is that Quintana gave up 3 runs and the bullpen gave up 0.
What's the matter?
No, I know. We lost tonight because we didn't hit. You know.
There he is. All right.
I see what Matty just said too. Letting Bassett and Walker walk was a big problem.
Quality arms.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Starting McGill, starting Peterson.
All
Who's
right.
this guy?
What's up, James?
Introduce our next guest here.
Yep. So this is my godson, my little
Oh,
cousin,
nice.
who's not so literally 6'2" and he's 15. He turned 16 in less than a week. So happy early birthday
What's up, James?
to my Jamesy.
Oh, happy birthday, bud.
So
Nice.
it's funny because Wednesday nights I get to do the treat of I come out east here and I hang out, I watch some of the game with my family, then I come
Game
home and
over.
get live together. And James and I almost every week have a little debate on how much this player sucks or that player is great and this, that, and the third. How'd you feel about Quintana's start tonight, James?
I cannot stand that guy. Like he's just the worst.
Is there a
He's
reason
gonna be-
for the hatred?
Literally, I don't know. 2 years ago, Andrew, we all went to the game out on my birthday, and first pitch, Carrasco gave up the shot to Jonathan India against the Reds.
Who should be a Met.
I
John India.
got a big feeling that Carrasco and Quintana are going to be the exact same, and they're both going to Carrasco, in my opinion, just sucks. He's washed, and
I
the
agree.
same thing is going to happen with this guy.
Same thing. No, I agree with you. No one's denying that Quintana stinks and Carrasco stinks. Everyone's saying that the depth on this team is not good. It's not highest paid roster good. It's not World Series compete good. It's not playoff compete good.
So that leads you to the point of whether you're saying buy or sell. Even if you went out there and you made some sick trade, you got like Soto over to the Mets, or you got like Ohtani somehow over to the Mets, what difference is it going to make?
But hold on real quick.
You know?
I'll explain this real quick. I agree about Quintana stinking and Carrasco stinking, but did we lose tonight because of Quintana?
Right. That's what I was going to say. It's not Quintana.
Like if Quintana goes out and pitches like he did today every day, I
Right.
wouldn't mind that for a fourth.
I don't
guy,
think it's
fifth
Quintana or
guy.
Carrasco. That's not what's hurting us. It's our bullpen and
They're
our
not.
offense.
They're not. I get it. They stink. I get it. They stink. Those guys stink. But they're fourth and fifth guys on our in our starting rotation.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for these guys to go out and pitch 7, pitch 8 every night.
No.
You know what I mean? Like keep us in a game that we can win. And what did he do tonight?
Right. I think Quintana coming off injury too. It was only his second start. Like
I mean, I think he kept us in the game.
he looked good in his first start.
I
He looked
like
good.
it vintage, like you said. You hold.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
agree. You don't buy
hold.
or sell. And you know what? I've been saying this for a while though. I still need new bullpen arms. I'm not asking for much. I just want a couple new guys. I want guys who are major leaguers. I'm not talking about trading a top 15 prospect. I need new guys. We can't go the way Buck manages the bullpen. You can't go to Gott. You can't go to Hartwig in one-run games.
Yeah, this guy Matty's talking about McNeil. Yuck. The Yankees wanted McNeil so bad in the offseason.
Matt Boston saying Scherzer to the bullpen. That just doesn't make sense. He makes too much money. He's got to go
I
out.
think he's saying,
Boston
I don't know, man. I think like Philly just said. I mean, our bullpen, man. We need bullpen help, and we've been saying that from the beginning of the season. And it's not. I mean, we need a bat too in our lineup. I mean, I don't know. Like when we traded for Cespedes that year in 2015, like that was it, and that was like our bat. Like that was our resurgence. And I just feel like I don't know if someone's out there, but I'm not willing to give up Mauricio.
Hey, we got James here. James, what would you do? Would you buying or selling?
Honestly, there is no right move for this Mets team.
Good call.
There's no right move. You're gonna lose out on these big contracts. You're gonna make none of that back. There's no upside to those contracts anymore. Scherzer, maybe one good start this season, 2, maybe, and then Verlander has turned out for the last 2 times to be all right. He's been good.
He's been pitching well,
but there's no winning in those situations. There's just you gotta wait it out. Maybe you dump some of the guys. I mean, I personally, if we're not going to bring up Mauricio sooner or later, with the amount of holes in this like whole lineup, then why not just get rid of him? Like we're not going to put him at third or short.
Roy.
You got in the chat. It says Vintage Man says you hold, you don't buy or sell. He said if we plan on getting David Stearns this offseason, let him work with a full deck and not with some half deck that was traded off when we didn't have a chance anyway.
That's what I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up the fact that like when does Epler get fired? You know what I mean? Like I feel like this guy's not doing anything. Like bringing like last year's like like trade deadline. Like he hasn't done anything to impress me. I feel like that was like Steve Cohen like couldn't kind of putting all his deck, all his hands on deck for him to get Ohtani somehow, and he's not getting us Ohtani. Like that's not going to be Epler who gets us Ohtani. So I feel like David Stearns, like he said, let David Stearns come in here and like retool what he needs to retool and go from there. But like I feel like Epler is the big problem right now.
Real quick comment. I want to hear what all you guys have to say about this. You say Scherzer is cooked, just like Matt Boston said in the chat. The guy's 8-4 this year with a 4.20.
I don't think Scherzer's doing that bad.
I get it. Scherzer's not Scherzer. He's clearly not.
It's our offense.
He's giving up bombs. The balls are hit hard. But Scherzer's not killing us to that next level. Like, the reason why we're 47 and 54 now is because of the bullpen depth and the way Buck manages. It's that simple. How many times have we seen these games where it's 1-run games, 2-run games, and these guys he's bringing in, they should be pitching in Syracuse.
Mets wrote something also.
Yeah, that's really good. Mets hype. Is it a disappointment if the Mets don't sweep the Nationals?
Nationals are hot right now. Nationals are on they have 5-game winning streak, I think, or 6-game winning streak.
I wouldn't say that, but because you look at it like theoretically, should we win those games? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we should have 102 wins this season too. Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so because this team is so consistent that you don't know. I like Vintage's comment though, because he's right, and it's very possible that from like a business side or an analytical side, they do hold back from making moves, anticipating hiring somebody who they want to have the full picture to make the moves that they want to make. You know what I mean? As far as Epler goes, especially if you're talking about like Stearns, guy, and Stearns is looking like he's going to be the guy. He's probably going to bring on in his own GM, and then they have to decide what they want to do with Buck, because Buck will have 2 years left, and they're not going to leave him just laying there for his final year without an extension or without knowing what he's doing. He's not going to be a sitting duck in the dugout as a manager. So I mean, there's going to be some organizational changes that happen, and it's going to happen naturally with the form of putting the right ranks in place. Right now, we're kind of running at the hip. Steve Cohen will just write.
Somebody's trying to tap in. Let's see who it is.
It's
Arena Post wants to tap in.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if we could do 5.
No, you can't do 5.
Yeah, I'll get out of here. Go back.
Billy. Gonna go for a drive?
Yeah.
Gonna go back to Patrick.
But
James,
I had to hear your on this whole thing.
James, real quick, how about next week you come and do the live with us also?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll see you next week, James.
I'll see you next week.
All right.
We're gonna pull in that.
All right, now we're gonna.
Peace out, James. Pleasure to talk to you.
Live from Syracuse. Yeah. James, we'll see you next Wednesday, brother.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.
All right.
So there's going to be some changes happening, right? Phil,
yeah.
we can side with that. We know that that's going to be the case. It's very possible that we just play the waiting game until it's very possible that Cohen's back there like, listen, nobody make any major decisions, leave everything the way it is. I want the person that I trust and hire to make these decisions. So they just leave everything as is, and we wait for that to come around.
I think you're right, Joe. I think you're spot on with that. Like, he doesn't want to, like, overstep it and let someone, like, just make a rash decision with someone who might not be here next year. Or, like you said, like, when we change our president and bring in another GM, like, maybe he trusts them to retool the bullpen and not Epler. Because Epler's not it, man.
No,
and like, I was a big Buck fan too, but like, now I'm starting to see, like, he's not managing with urgency at all. Like, last year
he's managing he's managing the Mets right now the way that he managed the torn down
Orioles.
Baltimore Orioles.
He's managing the way he only knows how to manage. He only knows how to manage one way.
Yeah. I know last year he looked. I feel like last year. Go ahead, my bad, Philly.
He needs a better team.
Yeah.
He needs a better team. He needs a depth team. Like,
well, I was gonna say that the team made him look good. The team made him look good last year.
Exactly.
The team made him look great last year, and like, you know, coming from where we were, like, yeah, Buck looked good, and like, again, I enjoy Buck. I'm not like a Buck hater. Yeah. But like, maybe you do, like, you know, shake things up a little bit. I don't know, like, maybe bring in a young guy, the guy from the Brewers.
In 1 year,
the manager from the Brewers, Cousins, right? The guy who just got let go, and like, he said he might take a year off, and then he might come in with David Stearns. So we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting these next couple of years. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely some changes coming, and that's okay. Change can be very happily embraced. Yeah.
Right.
This world, you know.
And like, I mean, I'm optimistic about our future. Like, in years past, like, if this was the season, I would be like, you know, this isn't it. You know, we're doomed. Blah blah blah. But like, right now, I'm optimistic. Even if we're like, you know, 6 games out of the wild card, like, whatever. Like, I feel like I like the direction we're going in, no matter what. And you know,
I agree with that.
I mean, we still have Blade Tidwell, we still have Jet Williams, we still have Kevin Parada, like, all these guys that, like, we have Alex Ramirez, like, we have promise in our farm system, which we haven't had in a long time. I mean, Jerry Kelenic was it for Brody, and besides that, like, we didn't really have anybody in our farm system. So like, our farm system's like developing, and like, you know, we start cutting some of these old guys out of the equation, like, maybe we'll be all right.
Serena Post, we tried to accept your request, but it keeps saying that you're unable to join. I don't know why. We keep hitting the button to accept you, but it's not working for some reason.
She might have Philly's cricket.
Yeah, she might have that Philly Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Philly Wi-Fi.
And that's what I totally agree with you guys. And to credit, to go back to what Dro's nephew said earlier before about we should be a 102-win team.
Yeah.
Before the season started, we all thought that. But when we really dissect the roster and see these guys play and really look at it and see how worn down and old Marte is, he's clearly not the same player he was last year.
He's injured too, but yeah, you're right.
He has to be. He's not the same guy. You see,
after last year.
Marte get hurt?
Yep. But just the roster, man.
Yeah.
The roster, it's not there.
I don't know, Marte. He's gifted an IL trip because he has sucked.
Why is it not allowing his
Phil, like you said before, like, do you trust this roster in the playoffs? Like, probably not. You know, like, in a 5-7 game set against the Padres, against like the Diamondback, like, we're not it right now, man. And it's like, it's sad to say it, but before the season, when we got Verlander, we're like, oh, that's it, man. We got this. But I don't know, man.
Hey, Cam, if the Mets hired you tomorrow, what are you doing, bud?
Hitting bombs and making the team win.
He's playing.
They're hiring you to make decisions, not hit bombs right now. What's the first decision you're going to do? Cut Vogelback, is it? To send him down? What is it?
I mean,
what are you doing, bro?
I would fire Mendick.
Fire Mendick?
He's all about Mendick right now.
I like it.
Send him down.
Who do you bring up to replace him?
Mauricio.
Everybody loves Ronnie.
Listen, I'm not.
DJ Stewart. Well, how is DJ Stewart still on our team right now?
That's the thing too. DJ Stewart stinks.
Yeah.
Guys, how
DJ
long?
Stewart wouldn't play for at least 20 other teams.
Oh my God! How many years have we watched this Mets team bring up players that should not be playing in the major league?
Yeah. I know.
Run out losers on a daily basis.
Oh,
and that's what's annoying. We have the highest payroll in the league.
It has to
but
be
we run out jerk-offs on a daily basis.
Well said.
That's where my frustration is. That's where my problem is.
100%.
Is that we have guys that are complete no names. There's no upside throwing Stewart in the outfield and not giving Mauricio the shot unless it's a problem. There's no upside to having Stewart and Mendick on the team and
it's not working.
limiting
Went off already.
yes, but there's no upside in playing Vogelback every day. So
I don't know what it is,
it's
man.
got to be Buck and Epler.
Yeah, I was gonna say Buck has like a sweet spot for Bogey, and like I mean,
veterans.
he's just letting him. He just gave him like a huge leash. Like this guy should have been done a while ago.
Guys, and
no, he doesn't like the kids.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, I've been to 15 opening days in my life, right? And this year opening day, I've never seen in my life more computer science analysts, this and that. They casted out 30 guys came out there. Girls, little Asian guys, all these geniuses. You can tell how smart they are. Yeah, they're all geniuses, but they don't know baseball. What are we doing?
Serena. I feel like I've never seen. She knows she's driving, so it's probably her connection.
They had four. They called out Drew. I'll never forget this. They called out like 25 names. The guys ran out on the field. Mets computer science assistant. This.
That's the wave.
I was like, holy shit.
That's the next wave. I mean, the Yankees are doing. I hate to compare ourselves to the Yankees, but the Yankees are doing it too.
I bet you didn't call them on the field though, Drew.
All right, so we're gonna roll into something that's exciting. All right, so we were working on this, putting a little something together over the course of the past week. I saw Grant join. What's up, Grant?
Grant.
What up,
Thanks
Grant?
for the support every week. So we got something a little cool coming up here with Grant Papora, aka Jenny Metz, aka King.
Wait, you're Jenny Metz?
Yeah, he is. Yes, Grant Papora is Jenny Metz.
I follow you on TikTok.
Matt Talbot, take it easy, buddy.
If you're a Met fan, and you rock orange and blue, you follow Jenny Metz. If you're in this channel and you're not following him, you're making a big mistake. But anyway, so we're putting a little something together. It's going to be between Grant and us, and we're going to do a little giveaway action here. We're gonna make a post about the giveaway. That is gonna say, what it is. We have a couple of different hats that we're gonna look to give away. This can go to anyone. Obviously, there's no purchase or anything like that required to join. The parameters are gonna be that you have to follow both us and Jenny or Grant on here. You have to share the post, tag 2 friends in the post, and then comment that you're done. And we're gonna verify that. So don't cut corners and do it, because we're gonna make sure that you did all the steps. You know what I mean? We're doing this to build a little bit. We love what we do. We did this for you guys.
And maybe
and,
in the future.
And we're blessed to have a little bit of sponsorship on this one in the form of the Big Whale coming in on that with us, of course. So it'll be a little collaboration between Amazing Met Zone and Jenny Metz. Look out for the post. The rules are going to be put under there, and then we're going to do a random drawing. Anybody can win. There's no favorites playing. We're not pulling a name out of the hat. We're going to use a computer-generated thing to do the winner, similar to how Vintage did his giveaway not too long ago. So exciting stuff.
We got to break the report to Grant right now that Serena made before about Ronnie just dogging in the field and clearly having being upset. And like I said before, the more I think about it, he's got to be pissed that he hasn't got called up. I mean, all his fans were all going nuts about it on a daily basis. This guy is amazing. He's playing. He knows.
Yeah. A couple of days ago, he had, out of the 7 games, he had 3 walk-offs. He has over 100 hits. The guy's raking. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
I would be pissed too.
Right too.
I would be pissed too. We've been dubbing them the 4 horsemen, and that one horseman isn't getting the same shine.
Meanwhile, he's been the guy that's been dominating the most in AAA.
Yeah.
We were the 4 horsemen. They were the 4 horsemen. Now he's the headless horseman.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's got a horse in his bed, like the Godfather scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be tight, man. Like, I feel like Vientos is like I think Vientos is good, but I think Mauricio had a better opportunity to move up than Vientos. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just me saying that.
But, hey, listen, we were all 22 once. Well, remember being 22? You have the world in your hands, and you want anything, and you want it right now. When you're young like that, you know what I mean? Now we're older, we can look back at it and say, listen, put in the work, good things will come, you know. That's
like he has put in the work, though. Like, the offseason, he crushed it. He was in Dominican League MVP. Like, I mean, that's not like...
Guys, he's done everything to be called up, and you know what else? Vogelback has done everything to get sent out or just be gone. Right. So it's not... There's not a better situation.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's because he's dogging in the field.
But I think that there's a problem that stems further than just his numbers. Because if we're talking pure numbers, this is a prospect that deserves to be in the league. You know what I mean? If we're talking pure numbers,
we're getting close to an hour too, just to let you guys know.
No, it's 10:01. We started a couple minutes late, so we do have to wrap up soon.
We'll talk all night. The 4.
Yeah, I just don't like. I understand what you're saying, Dro, and I do think it is an issue that he's doing that. It makes it look bad. I understand why, because I can only imagine the ego that this kid has. He's such a dominant monster, and he's been his whole life, and he's still dominating now, but he just hasn't got called up. He's seen other guys on his team get called up that he's done better than.
Right.
So I get why he would do that. I don't like it. I hope that it doesn't. I hope it's not fair.
You have the polar opposite situation. So, like, even look a few years ago. This isn't necessarily a Mets thing, and I'll do really, really quick about this. I'm going to recap for Grant real quick, then I'm going to get into exactly what I was just going to say. Grant, apparently what's happening is that Ronnie Mauricio is out there in AAA being dogging it in the field and just kind of playing real sluggish and, like, clearly upset about what's going on here, or just kind of being half-hearted down there. And maybe that's why we were just brainstorming why he hadn't been called up. But anyway, moving forward. Look at I remember like a few years ago, you had two guys come up when they were super, super young. One of them being Mike Trout, came up super young and great personality, great guy, always puts in his best effort. And then you had Bryce Harper come up when he was stupid young at the same time. And Bryce Harper, when he first came up, if you remember, was like the worst type of human being. He was cocky, he was a jerk. He was just a cancer, or not cancer. That's a bad thing to say, but a plague in the clubhouse, just bad type of guy. You know what I mean?
I disagree with.
But he was.
I agree with you saying cocky.
Huh?
I agree with you saying cocky, but I would never say he was a bad teammate or a cancer in any situation, because the guy worked his ass off and everybody knew that. But he was cocky, a little cocky.
I'm getting in the fights in the dugout and stuff like that back in the But what I'm getting at is he was a young kid. He had to grow up. Now he's a pretty upstanding guy. As much as you want to hate Bryce Harper, because
he matured. Yep, I get you.
How many years has he been in the league?
Not a bad guy, but he matured. That's what I'm saying. Over time, we all know,
I get it.
And we grow up and we learn to let time do what it's going to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But there's got to be some type of foundational issue there with him, and I agree. You know, a lot of people wear his teams vintage. I couldn't agree with you more. And I think maybe he's just got a little bit of growing pains. He's got to get just past this.
Yeah, like
from this year, I expect to at least see him in September, because it would be crazy not to. But even if they don't, just hunker down, do your thing in AAA, put in the reps, and trust me, the fans even know that you exist. We shouldn't know as much about him as we do, but we did. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's well known that you have the ability. You know what I mean? But I need to see the character.
Listen, one thing for sure, when we went down to spring training and we seen Ronnie there, when you seen him practice and play, you can tell that the kid was going to be something special. And I'm sure he's upset because Beatty's up over him. I'm sure he's upset because Vientos is up over him. When, in true honesty, he plays better than those two players.
That's kind of what it's kind of.
Respect to the players at all, or anybody who feels a certain way, but Ronnie is something special and will be something special. You just have to let the flower blossom, bro. Plant him in the ground, water him, and let him grow.
Right.
What
That's
else
that's
you
kind
want
of.
to do? Bring them
I,
up.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, if this was happening in the beginning of the season, I'd be like, all right, this guy has a bad attitude. This guy's not it. But like, look how many games that we're talking about here. He's not. He didn't do this like the first week of the season. I think like he's upset, and he's allowed to be upset. Like I feel like, I mean, he should have been called up, and he's not. And I can't write him off because of that. I can't.
I think he's upset, but I think he also has to give it a little bit of time to let his own flower blossom a little bit. With that, we have exactly 12 seconds left. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for coming out and chatting with
Next
us.
Wednesday,
Next
people.
Wednesday, same place.
Hopefully,
How was the internet, boys? The internet was fresh.
Cover that Yankee sign.
Internet was perfect, boys. Internet was perfect
Yeah,
today.
Philly gets the award for the best internet
Shout
tonight.
out your support and everything. And then,
Philly got
yeah.
a lighting ring or something like that over there. Look at him.
I had like a
Wow.
little, like a nice, beautiful light.
Yeah, Philly.
That-
I love it. No more cricket.
Alvarez signed ball there.
Yeah. That's the guy right there. Alvy. This guy can't met Alvarez and Nimmo in a week.
Amazing Net Zone. We're out. Friends of Flushing. Another episode in the books.
Shout out, boys. Good work. You fucking lost tonight, man, Dan. It's a tough day.
Thank you, everyone who tuned in tonight. We appreciate you. There was a lot of conversation about the Mets today, and we'll be here next week, same time, 9 o'clock. We started a little late this evening, but we'll be back next Wednesday. We appreciate you, everyone. Amazing Met Zone, Friends of Flushing.